If you want to learn the process to embodying and empowering the feminine spirit, then check out the book, Healing the Feminine Energy and the Wounds of Your Inner Child. What's up? It's your boy Reemus, and in this video we're going to be speaking about the pros of dating a feminine man. Of course, this one's for the ladies. And before, I was speaking to the fellas, talking about the pros and cons of dealing with a masculine woman, because I like to be balanced, you know, I like to speak about both sides. And before, I was, a couple months ago, I released videos talking about the pros and cons of dating a masculine man and the pros and cons of dating a feminine woman. So now this is the last one, that we have to do, which is the pros of a feminine man. So let's get into it. Now, a feminine man is, of course, the type of person or the type of man who is a bit more in tune with feminine energy, more so than the masculine energy guy, of course, right? So he has more qualities or traits that are a bit more attuned to the feminine, right? And you don't often see it in masculine men, or it isn't as prominent in masculine men. But this can be a good or a bad thing depending on the situation and also the type of woman you are and what you're looking for. So the first pro of dating a feminine man is that he's more likely to be soft and caring, like women often say they want, a man to be. So the masculine man is not likely to be soft. Of course, he's hard. He's then less likely to express himself in soft ways. He's then less likely to want to be a softie for his women and so on. But a feminine man that comes a bit more natural to him. So if you want the type of guy who is very soft, very caring at some point, which I see some women saying, they say, well, I do want a guy who is soft. You will have to forego and sacrifice the pros that come with the hardness of the masculine then, when we can speak about that, when we speak about the cons. But if a woman, especially one who is masculine herself, says to herself, you know what, I like a guy who's soft. And if he's a bit soft in some areas where men would usually be hard, it's okay because I'll be hard there. And I'm willing to take that trade up. And if you are, then a feminine man might be for you. And then leading on to the next point is the second pro of dating a feminine man is that they are more likely to be very connected to their emotions, so they're more emotionally expressive. This perhaps is maybe the biggest reason why women would want a guy who is soft, because they always say, I want men who can be vulnerable, who can express themselves. And the reason why is because women are emotional beings themselves, so it's their mode of communication. They understand and they feel emotional connections. So when a man doesn't necessarily open himself up emotionally, she's unable to truly feel it and truly connect with it, and that's her mode of communication. The mode of communication for men is logic and words and very technical and technically minded and so on, but women just find that boring. So she wants to be connected emotionally, and that's the reason why you will see women say, hey, I want a man who is emotionally vulnerable. That's stimulating to her. That's alive for her. That makes sense for her. But the masculine man is going to naturally struggle to do that. The feminine man naturally is going to do well in this regard. This is his time to shine. This is where he does well. He also is more likely to see it as a positive, as a strength. He isn't doing it and feeling ashamed about it. He's more likely to be like, yeah, this is how I want to be. This is what I feel is normal. I think actually that this is good. That's how a feminine man is more likely to think. He is like, yo, more men should be like me. More men should be emotional. They're more likely to express themselves even on social media and so on. You literally see it. So if a woman wants that type of guy, she's more likely to find that easier in a feminine man. And then the third pro of dating a feminine woman is I feel like you will get more applause from other women, because the thing is, because of the fact that he's more emotional, because of the fact he's more likely to be soft and caring, it kind of does well in terms of a woman's image. So I'll give you an example. when you see the wedding photos of a woman and her showing off the commitment she's got, she's always like kind of posing nice and the guy's like all over her. And I realized that women go crazy for that image. Women go crazy for other women who seem to be getting a strong level of commitment, softness, and care from the man that they're with. So they elevate in status, and then they elevate in applause that they receive from other women, which is very validating for the woman who is getting it, right? So if you want that type of experience where you can show off on social media, yeah, my man's doing this for me, he's so soft, he's so caring, he does whatever, he goes the extra mile and all of that, you're more likely to get that from those type of men, you know, feminine men. And not to say a masculine man can't go above and beyond for his girl, but it just looks a bit more secure when the feminine man kind of does it. And feminine women in general are always looking for security. Always. So they applaud other women when they get it. That's why they'll be showing off the ring and, you know, the wedding. Like if a man is showing off that he wants to commit to a woman for life, they love showing it off. And when a man's being emotionally expressive and open and how lovely she is and how he couldn't live without her and all of these things, other women like seeing that because they're like, yeah, there's men out there that's given the highest level of security. A masculine man is less likely to just be that expressive. He's less likely to be like, oh my God, you're my world and I cannot live without you and so on. Masculine men don't really operate like that. But a feminine man at the wedding altar, he's going to give you those tears. He's going to cry at the altar and on camera and in the pictures, so a woman could take those pictures and take that content and show it off to the world. Yeah, I got my, you know, guy who's all over me and so on. They actually tend to like that. So anyway, those are some pros of dating a feminine man. In the next one, we're going to talk about the cons of this though, because everything comes at a cost. You know, whatever good you take, it comes with bad, and whatever bad also comes with good. And this is how we be balanced, you know. So, and if you want to check that one out, go into the next video. But until then, comment down below, let Reemus know, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.